Hello and welcome to another Maywolf visual novel. This one is titled Everyone is Asleep, and it is by the same author that did the visual novel Let Lie. So if you recall what that one was about, you might sort of get the vibe about this one, but it's a little bit different too, so yeah. Anyways, I believe that the visual novel may contain some talking about ending one's life. So, content warning. I believe it is about somebody who has recently lost their reflection or shadow, which I'm assuming is it's supposed to mean something else. So, yeah, that should sort of give you an idea as to what the story is going to get on about. Anyway, so without further ado, let us begin. There's mental illness, and then there's deliberately smothering yourself in self-hatred. I've seen you dish out victimistic and rude remarks to people for 2 years. It gets tiring after a while. I genuinely hope that it gets better and you seek a different course of action to better your well-being. I don't think that I should talk to you because nothing I do or say seems to help. So I might as well leave you be. 2 years ago, I left myself, disappeared, and never came back. But I'm here, no matter how much it hurts. I won't ask for help again. No more wasted time on me. And finally, everyone seems to be asleep. I'm sorry. I get what I deserve. I sit in my cot and stare into the bitter umber in the dim lantern light. And in the glare of the warm drink, in my shaky paws, I can see the walls of the cramped cabin surrounding me. Thin, creaky planks of paltry wood that separate me from the black depths of undertow. I can see it all so clearly. But I'm not there in the reflection. No matter how hard I try to be. I close my tired eyes and take a drink from my aluminum mug as the vessel's engine gently thrums under the floor. The walls groan on as seawater laps at the hull. My paws steady and I open my stinging eyes. I awoke early tonight at around 8 in the evening. Kurt was sound asleep and the blazing sun still peeked through the cabin door. I had to find something to keep myself busy until the sun set, so I made myself some coffee, warmed up the percolator and stirred it into my mug. Coffee helps keep me sane those nights. No matter how hot the day, I need it to even me out. Even still, its sheen mocks me. Every sip of my coffee is another glance into the reflection and another glimpse of my absence in it. It's fine, it'll be over soon. En Estar Orgulloso, surely. I want to cry so badly right now, but the tears just won't come. I remember crying so hard the night they all left. I'd cry all day, then the next night I'd wake up and cry some more. My mind still hasn't figured out how to feel about them. Sometimes I hate the thoughts of their smiling faces, other times I just want to go back. Like nothing ever happened. In the end, they were right. I shouldn't be around them and they shouldn't be around me. At least Kurt is still here. Maybe we can all meet again when this is over. But right now, all that I can do is wait. So I sit quietly with my thoughts for another hour, clutching my metal mug staring into it as the sun slowly disappears into the watery horizon. The sound of the engine pounds in my ears as time limps on. Not much longer. Just as the sun sinks deep enough to safely step outside, Kurt stirs awake. Just so perfectly in time with the moon. Slowly, he turns in his cot and screws his eyes. He glances up at me and sniffles. Evening, Colin. Were you up all day? No. He sits up and strains his eyes to check the silver watch on his wrist he apparently sleeps with. Should be dark enough to step out onto the deck without passing out from the heat. Yeah, I know. Well, how's the weather looking? It should be fine, but I'll go check. You haven't already? I stand up from my cot and hang my mug on the wall. Oh, Colin. What are you good for? I don't bother to humor him. I'll be up in a minute. I screw my sailor's cap on and walk to the ladder. I bring my coat around my arms and slip my boots on before unlatching the door and climbing out onto the deck. The cool ocean air billows across my fur as I stand. Moonlight catches every surface, gleaming off the rippling, watery expanse. I take a deep breath in, hold it, and let it go into the chilled night. Clear skies as far as I'm aware. I yawn and begin lighting each of the oil lamps. Fisher's matches, wax-tipped, strike anywheres. I choose to strike them all on the box. The flames dance, flickery, orange incandescent under the helm before setting off into the deep blues of the sky. By the time that I'm done, Kurt is up and out on the deck with me. I sit down on the bench and he joins me. So tonight's the night? He says, shifting around on the bench. If everything goes smoothly. It will, I'm sure. There ain't a cloud in the sky. He reaches into his coat pocket, retrieves a cob pipe, and begins preparing his tobacco. I hand in the box of strikes anywhere. Looks like there is about to be. Kurt strikes a match across his boot and rests it in his pipe. I need it like you need your coffee, he says as he begins puffing away. Now, what do we do when we get there? We dock, I show them my work visa, and we catch a cab to Estar Orgulloso. What about me? I don't have a visa. You don't have to, you're crew. So we're lying? That's it? They really won't care, especially not the nocturnal shift. You've been there before? Tonight will be my 7th time. All right. Anyway, what's the time? He lets out a bright shield of smoke before bringing his wrist up to his face. 10:48. He says through his clenched fangs. We should be there in roughly 6 hours. Are you excited? Yes. You don't sound excited. You really should be. You're not gonna be a vampire anymore. I shut my eyes hard and take a sharp breath in. Don't you fucking call me that again. Fucking snake. He notices me tense and recoils a bit. I want to knock his goddamn teeth in. He gives me a sour expression. All right, Colin. You're not a vampire. He coughs out a puff of smoke and smiles. It's a stupid thing to be upset over. Just another thing out of my control. Just like Hunter said. Sorry. Likewise. It's fine. It's not. I prepare a lunch and another mug of coffee while Kurt plays away on his squeeze box. Peanut butter and blackberry jam sandwich with an orange fruit for good luck. I sit at the stern and eat while I gaze into the water below. Nothing stares back in the reflection. It's not a very enjoyable meal, but it keeps the coffee from stabbing me in the gut, which is about as low as my standards are. About as far down as the ground is from where I sit. Salty sea mist strikes me and dampens my fur, and makes my sandwich just a little worse. I stare off over the railing, into the black horizon, into the stars and moon reflected below. And out there, something catches a light, gleaming bright white. A speck that slowly drifts into view. A pale dead fish ebbing on the dark surface. Lidless eyes, gazing up at nothing, mouth agape like shock. I can't quite tell what species it is from where I am. I lean forward against the railing to see if I can make it out. And it's suddenly tugged down into the black by something under the water. Its white scales still ring out through the murk for a few seconds before it's gone. Not violently, just gone. The boat putters on for a few more hours. Soon we'll be in Cuba. And soon I'll be able to see myself over the railing, along with the stars and the sky. Soon I'll be able to look at myself in the mirror and see how ugly I've become over the years. I'll get my reflection back. And after that, maybe I'll get back everything else. I notice Kurt waving me down through the bright window. I stumble on my feet and walk over to him, the boat gently rocking under me. Unlit pipe cupped in paw, he looks up at me and flashes a grimace. Do you have the matchbox? No. No? He sniffles and rubs his head. Damn it, it was just here. Kurt gestures to the table in front of him. Maybe I misremembered. Might have fell from the boat rocking. He shifts in his bench and looks under the table. Think I would have heard it fall. It's fine, there's probably a lighter in the helm. I walk over to the ladder and begin climbing as he mumbles to himself. It was just here. I step into the helm and shuffle under the dash. Under the steering wheel is a small rusted box where I keep all the little things that I don't need. A compass, some loose coins, moldy papers, and maps for places that I'll never go. Spilling over it all, I eventually find a disposable plastic lighter. I give it a few test flicks before standing. It works well enough. Before I step back down onto the deck and give Kurt his new lighter to lose, I stop to light the lantern at the helm. From here, I can see every light glinting on the dark ocean surface, broken and scattered into nothing. Like shattered glass all scattered out and glimmering. There is no clear line where the water meets the sky, just black into more black. A full moon can only do so much. I turn back to see the dashboard all lit up in the flickering orange glow from the lantern light. But there is a spot there. I can see it on the dash. A big black splotch next to the wheel. Like the world is hiding it from me. And I walk up to see if it's the light that's wrong. And it's not. There is a perfect circular hole carved into the dashboard, where the navigation system is supposed to be. The autopiloting system. Frayed wires poking through, reaching out to me. It's gone. Where is it? What the hell happened to it? Oh God. Where are we? Where are we? 1 week ago, a day before my episode, I was at the bar with my friends. I sat at the stained counter, staring into the washed-out mirror behind the liquor shelf, watching the empty rocks, glass and my paws just float there in the reflection. While everyone else talked away, my mind wasn't with me. I knew if I said anything, I would ruin the mood. I shouldn't have shown up, really. "Hey, how about you, Colin?" Hunter turned to me and said, "How's the fishing going?" "It's fine. Tiring, though," I said without turning to look at him. There was a pause then, as if he was expecting more from me. "It pays well, right?" He already knew how well it paid. I didn't bother answering. It took a second before he knew that he wasn't going to get another word from me. "Colin? Don't say anything. You'll upset him." He scoffed. "God damn it, man. Why do you have to be like this all the time?" At least I tried. I watched him through the mirror as he frustratedly pulled a big cigar from his coat and lit it. I don't know. I think I lost myself. "No, don't start with that. I already heard it." He dragged a cigar, sighed out a cloud of white tobacco smoke. "I'm worried about you always saying that kind of stuff. You need to go see someone for that, and not me." He stopped when he noticed me looking into the mirror. "Oh. Is that it then?" "That's how it all started." "That's no excuse. Maybe it was an excuse a couple of years ago, but now? Accept it and move on already." That's a real easy thing to say. It's hard, but you have to at least try. What do you want me to do? He pulled a cigar from his mouth and paused in thought for a moment. "Actually," he set a cigar down and pulled a pen and receipt from his pocket. "There's this thing." He wrote something down on the stained paper and handed it to me. "Heard about it from an old friend." I looked down to see the words, "Cuba, Estar Orgulloso, 1930, scrawled in blue pen over a restaurant bill. What is this? The address to a healer in Cuba. Might be able to fix your reflection thing. Sounds like a quack. Then go see a therapist. If not, then don't guilt people into giving you the pity that you think you deserve." He swiveled in his chair and picked back up on his conversation with the others. While I stared down at the frail little paper, it would be a long way down the stream. In the end, Kurt was the only one who would go with me. He pitied me. They all did. That was the only reason that they ever stuck around. But it didn't last long. How did I ever think that it would work out? Fuck. What are we gonna do? It's okay. Shut the fuck up. It's not okay. Jesus Christ. Where the hell did it go? How long was it gone? How long have we been drifting off course? All night? So we'll be late a couple of hours? It's fine. Shut the hell up, you worthless asshole. Dismissive cocksucker. Kurt puffs away on his pipe while I rock in my seat. There's no need to rush. Shut up. You have no damn clue how much this means to me. I don't want to spend another second like this. I don't want to be out here. They all got in my head. Hey, I was there too, you know. They were all way too harsh. I agree with you. But they had good points. And ultimately, I'm sure that we'll all be able to get together again sometime. Reflection or not. So fucking stupid. I'm so fucking stupid. It's all my fault. Don't say that. He pauses to smoke his pipe. We might not even be off course, and if we are, we have an extra day's worth of supplies. But what the hell happened to it? It can't just disappear. We can figure that out when we're in Cuba. Right now, you have to figure out where we are because you're the captain. You can't go breaking down on me over something like this. Okay. I slowly stand and straighten my coat. But I don't agree. What? I don't think any of them would want to be around me after that. Kurt pauses again to look past me, out at the sea. He sniffles and sighs out a cloud of smoke. Well, you still got me. There is a waver in his voice as he says it. Why do I have to be so difficult? All right. In the helm, I shuffle through the small box under the dash once again. I fish out the compass and it rattles in my paw as I stand. The little needle spins for a moment before settling on the north. Shit. The ship is pointing northeast. That's the worst possible direction to be facing, drifting straight off the east coast into the middle of the Atlantic. The best that I can do is point us west until we reach America, then hopefully we'll be able to figure out where to go from there. I flick the engine on and watch as it lights up. There is the sound again, pouring in my ears. I stare down at the blemished dash. A dark pit cut out from the metal. A perfect circle. What happened? It's like the world forgot it. Everything else is just fine. I wrap my paw around the throttle and slowly begin pushing it forward just an inch. I grab hold of the ship's wheel and slowly begin turning, keeping an eye on the needle in my paw. The ship groans as the water begins to spill out of the way, crawling the starboard and fizzing up around the edges. I look out over the wheel to see the horizon wave away as the vessel turns. And in the glass shield in front of me, I can see the water and sky behind me, unobscured by any body that I might have. And I feel a rattle in my paw. And the compass slips out. Fuck. I fucking dropped it. I go to reach for it, flailing for a second. It's somewhere. Where is it? I drop to my knees and feel around the floor, but it's not there. Did it fall off the helm? I didn't hear where it fell. How the hell did I drop it? I swipe my paws around the floorboards, patting around for it, and I feel a sharp sting in my paw. I reel back and look down in the light. I'm bleeding. My paw is bleeding. And I look up. The horizon still turns. Oh shit. I stumble to my feet and grab the wheel to stop the ship from spinning. Slowly the vessel halts and I bring the engine down to nothing. The sound putters off. It's silent. God damn it. Which way are we facing? Fuck. Where's the compass? I didn't hear it hit the ground. I look down at my paw. There's a little sliver there, where the blood leaks out. Like the skin has been scraped off. Like the compass took a bit out of me with it. It didn't hit the ground. It's gone. Colin? Are you okay up there? No. Colin? No. I clamber down the ladder and trip up on the last rung. I fall to my hands and knees and cry out. It's gone. Jesus Christ, Colin, calm down. Kurt stammers up to me as I wallow. I know the autopilot is gone. You need to get over that and... No. The compass. The compass? Why the hell he'd think that I'd still be crying over the navigation system? The compass is gone. You must have dropped it. No. It's gone. Just like the autopilot. It was in my paw and then it wasn't. No, you dropped it. Look. I bring my wounded paw up for him to see. It took some of my skin with it. Just like that, out of existence. Kurt's ears fall flat and his expression spins into something that I haven't seen since last week. He pauses and I put my paw back down. He sniffles and brushes his ears back. Get up. You've gotta have another compass on this fucking boat. I stand and fix my hat. I don't think so. I always relied on the navigation system. There was a second compass there, built into the dash. But it's gone. Course. Kurt turns and begins walking up to the space under the helm. Where are you going? I'm getting my tobacco. I need a break from all this. I just stare up into nothing as he shuts the door behind him. I'm not sure what to do now. Why didn't I bring another compass? It's my fault. I'm so fucked up. I need a coffee. In the cabin, I sit on my bed and stare into the trench that's split open in my paw while the percolator heats up. If I look close enough at anything, I will find a little upside-down world without me in it. After so long, I've begun to see how many things can reflect back that perfect world. And there it is, in my blood, glaring back at me with its eyes all black and its smile all red. I'm fucked up. But I'm not as fucked up as I wanna be. That compass should have taken the rest of me with it. I look up from my paw to see the bright, billowing steam begin to rise from the percolator. Soon enough, the water comes to a boil, and I stand to take the pot off the stove. I stir and pour it all into my stained metal mug until it's beating off the side. Should have learned astronomy, that's how the fishermen used to find their way. But I had to take the easy way and just rely on the navigation system. As I bring the brimmed mug to my mouth, the boat ebbs under my feet. A not-so-small amount spills off the side, seeping into my pants. God damn it. I carefully set the mug back on the table and pull a rag from my coat pocket. Begrudgingly, I begin to pat my legs dry. I stop. No. There's something wrong. I kneel down and look into the light. The floor is wrong. The light isn't hitting it right. No, it's where I'm standing. Everything else is fine. No. I drop the damp rag on the floor and the light catches it just fine. It's not the floor. It's me. I'm what's wrong. It's my shadow. It isn't there. Oh, fuck. I'm leaving. I'm disappearing. Fuck. No. This isn't happening. I stagger over to the ladder and yell, Kurt! Help! I pull myself up onto the deck. What the hell? He stammers up to me from under the helm. I don't want to go. I'm here. Why are you fucking out again? It's only been 10 minutes. He makes his point and taps the watch on his wrist. My shadow is gone. He winces and steps aside to see the light fall past me. His expression doesn't change. He just stares down at me. He takes a second to draw a long breath in from his pipe. So it is. He says and lets out a cloud of smoke. First my reflection, now my shadow. Kurt, I think I fucked up. I fucked up so bad. We shouldn't be out here. Forget about Estar Orgulloso. I want to go home. Is this going to keep happening? I pause and look back up at him. What? Are you gonna keep breaking down at everything? And I have to be the one to pull you down from the edge? Is that why you yanked me along with you on this death cruise? He pulls the pipe from his mouth and dumps glowing ash on the floor in front of him. I get that you're dealing with some tough shit. And I'm really sorry about all of this. But I'm in the same boat. And I don't need you unloading all of that on me. He smothers the ashes with his boot and walks back under the helm. When you've composed yourself, we can talk and figure out how to get back home. Together. He quietly closes the door behind him. Fuck you. I say it under my breath, covered by the wind. But he's right. And so was Hunter. I just can't help myself. I should have known that I was going to disappear eventually. Why can't I just accept things and give up? I have to drag everyone down with me, clawing and biting all the way. I look back and see the light as it passes through me, and I'm not there to hold it back. And I stand again to feel the boat rock under my feet. I can see Kurt's silhouette in the window. His head and his paws, smoke drifting up around him. I need to stop. I'm so sick of this. Where does it all go? The compass, the navigation system, my shadow. Is it all resting on the seabed? Is it all someplace far away from here? Someplace better? Am I really leaving too? Will I be there? Reunited with all the other useless space takers? Or is it all really truly gone? Atoms plucked from the world. I look down at the mark on my paw. I'm already halfway removed. What's another half? As soon as I step inside, I'm met with a wave of tobacco smoke. But it doesn't quite smell the same. It smells like Hunter. I turn to see Kurt with a large cigar clenched between his fangs. His eyes are shot from tears that have been wiped away. Hi, Colin. Are you ready to talk? Are those Hunter cigars? Yeah. He takes an unsettlingly long drag before coughing up a bright blanket of tobacco smoke. He catches his breath and begins to speak in a strained voice. Nabbed a few before I left. I wanted to smoke them in Cuba, but I didn't think that I'd run out of the other tobacco so fast. He sniffles and rubs his eyes. Now, are you ready to talk? Yes. I take a seat on the bench and set my hat on the table. So, how are we gonna get out of this? The only idea that I have is that we just pick a direction and start moving. We only have enough fuel to take us a couple more 1,000 miles though. It's either that or stay in place. That's really it? That's the plan? Do you have a better one? Kurt clenches his teeth. He nearly bites his cigar in half. And what do we do when we're out of fuel and there's no land in sight? I don't know, but I can't just wait here. Maybe we can make sails out of our bed sheets. And we can fish for food. Boil the salt out of the seawater. I just can't stay here in one place any longer. Every second here, I feel like I'm shrinking away. Kurt lets out a long, smoky sigh. Well, you're the captain, right? So it's all on you. Oh, shut up. You didn't help me with anything. You just sat back and watched as I did everything. I did help. I kept you from spiraling. He snuffs out a cigar on the table and crosses his arms. Well, let's go then. Enough sitting around like you said. I put my sailor's cap back on and get up from my seat. Aye aye. We both step out onto the deck and everything seems brighter. Not brighter in mood. Just brighter. As if God cracked the curtains a bit. How long have we been out here? Is the sun rising already? I look up. There's two. 2 full moons in the sky. Like lidless eyes looking down. Why? Why is there 2? I don't know. Let's just leave. I walk past Kurt and begin climbing the ladder to the helm. What the fuck is happening? I step into the helm and bring my shaky paws to the wheel. I flick the engine on and the engine should turn on. And the dash should light up. But it doesn't. The engine remains silent. I start the engine. I hit the switch again. I hit it again. Nothing happens. It won't start. No. The engine doesn't start. Please. The boat doesn't care. Please, no. The engine doesn't care. The sea doesn't care. No. This isn't happening. Please. Nothing. I look past the wheel. In the glass shield in front of me, I can see the sky reflected behind me. There is no carcass in the way, just the sea, the sky, and the 2 white spots gouged out of it all. I rush down the ladder and onto the deck, then down the next ladder into the cabin. Kurt doesn't acknowledge me, just staring into the sky. I sink into the cabin, lit only by the oil lamp hung over my bed. I get down on my knees and unlatch the seam of the floorboards to the engine compartment. I rip it open. And there is nothing but a black pit. It's gone. There is no engine. It's gone. Gone like everything else. I slowly pull myself to my feet and stare down into the hole in the floor where the engine used to be. I've never missed that awful sound until now. That's bad. No. We can figure something out. We can make sails. We can live. We can leave. We just need to. I need a coffee. I turn to see my mug still sitting on the table where I left it. I slowly walk over and grasp the cold aluminum handle. Cold, stale coffee sits at the bottom. I'm not drinking this. I turn the portable stovetop on and reach for the pot. The pot isn't there. The percolator is gone. Gone. I clutch my mug tight in my chest as tears begin to brim my eyes and bead down my fur, opening caverns in my cheeks. This is it. It's not going to stop. My life is over. I squeeze the mug in my paws. The aluminum starts to cave. It's not fair. I'm fucking tired of this shit. Fuck you, Hunter. Fuck you. I reel back and throw the mug at the wall. It crashes into the lamp above my cot and liquid fire sprays out onto the sheets. It all goes up so fast sending waves of heat roaring into my face. Oh fuck. I pull the blanket from Kurt's bed and throw myself onto the fire, smothering it all. I lie there and frantically pat the flames down, making sure that there's nothing left to reignite. Soon the room goes dark. I pull myself back and stand there for a moment, watching as leftover embers drift off and disappear. The fire is gone. I catch my breath and stare. I look down at myself to see if any part of me is on fire. I'm fine. I'm fine. When I step back out onto the deck, Kurt is sitting at the stern, looking into the sky. Kurt. He turns his head, eyes wide. The unlit cigar hangs out of his mouth. The cigar box rests in his paws, torn open. What happened? He asks in a hoarse voice. He can see the ashen tears smeared across my fur. The engine is gone. He winces and stands, cigars spilled out of the box and roll across the deck as he does. Of course it is. He drops the wooden box and it thumps against the deck. And so is the percolator. He snickers and sighs through his teeth before bending over to pick up a cigar off the floor. He snaps an end off the cigar and holds it up to me. Want to pick up a new habit? He laughs and I take the cigar from his paw. What the fuck now? What am I gonna do? He says and looks back up at the double moons in the sky. I look down at the cigar in my hand. Maybe... My eyes flutter over the writing on the cigar. No. I pull the paper Hunter gave me from my coat pocket. No. What? The writing on the cigar label. Estar Orgulloso, Cuba, since 1930. The same thing that's written on the note. It's fake. What? What's fake? I drop the cigar. Did you know? Know what? You knew. Estar Orgulloso isn't real. Just a brand of Hunter's stupid fucking cigars. What? No, I didn't know. What? Then why are you saying it like that? You're saying it like you knew. I didn't know. I just... He pulls a cigar from his mouth and looks at the label. Look, it was obvious it wasn't real. Why the hell would you believe that there was a magic doctor that can bring your reflection back? You knew. You fucking knew. No, His face twists and his eyes begin to well up. Fuck you. Vampire. He tosses a cigar into the water. You're a fucking psycho, Colin. You took me out into the middle of fucking Atlantic and you strand me out here, crying for me to save you. Make shit up about things disappearing. You were throwing shit overboard, I know it. That's what I knew. That's what I knew the whole fucking time. You came out here to kill yourself, but you didn't have the balls to do it on your own. So you dragged my fucking ass with you. The only thing disappearing is you. No. That's not true. I wrap my paws around my head and stare down at the floor. The cigars aren't there anymore. Do you think that I'm a fucking idiot? No. I didn't do anything. You're delusional. Why would you want this? I don't want this. I don't want any of this. You used to be cool. I used to look up at you, how kind you were. I don't want this. I drop and cower. Now you just want everyone to pity you because you lost your reflection. You don't even need a reflection. I wouldn't give a fuck if I lost mine. Nobody but you would. I'm sorry. He pauses. I can't even manage to look up at him. Hunter was right. I shouldn't be around you. Nobody should. Everything I say, you twist into something to beat yourself down with. No matter how hard I've tried to help you, you just don't listen. You don't want help. I need to leave. No, I'm making things worse. I really hope that you get better. But I think it's best. He trails off. I just stare into the cracks in the floorboard. Sweat and tears speckle the surface. I'm sorry. I've been trying to make things better. But I need you to stay. You're the only friend of mine that wanted to go with me and help me. Really, you're my only friend at all right now. The only one that stuck around after everything. And you haven't made things worse. You helped me through a lot. I'm just really bad at showing it. Please. Please. Stay here. I finally gain enough courage to lift my head and look him in the eye. But he's not there. Kurt? I stumble to my feet and look around. Kurt? I'm sorry, Kurt. He's not here. And there is a gentle thrumming coming from below my feet. Snapping and fizzling. I look up at the sky. To the moons looking down on me. It smells like a campfire. Smoke soon rises from the open door of the cabin. Kurt? I schlep to the space under the helm. It feels like I'm wading through mud. Like I'm sinking into the floor. Under the helm, all the lanterns are out. He's not in here. I trek back outside. I grab onto the ladder to the helm. Maybe he's up there? I begin to climb, but my paws just slip through each rung. Kurt? Help! I step back to the stern. Sunset flames lamp up the side of the ship, reaching around the railing. Bright, flickery orange light shrouds the boat. Kurt? Help me. You can't be gone. I stare into the sky, and there is only one moon now. My eyes trail down the horizon to find the other. The bright white spot is in front of me, slowly getting bigger. My legs begin to sink through the cracks in the floorboards. And soon the second moon is right there, at the stern of the ship. I'm sorry. I sink through the floor into the cabin, which is all set alight. Heat from the lamp fire all spills onto me over my fur. Water hisses as it breaches the hole, and I sink deeper. I'm so sorry. My legs dip through the floor into the water. The cool sea tickles my fur as I seep through. The heat from the fire shrinks out of me. And soon my head goes under, and it all goes quiet. The water spills through my nostrils into my lungs, and then it fills my stomach and intestines, and then my bloodstream, and then my head, and it fills and it fills, and the water spills into the space where I once was, and I disappear. And that is all there was. That final thought. Sorry. Okay, so as with some of the other visual novels, or maybe Let Lie, and maybe even what was it called? A Werewolf in Charleston, this has some symbolisms. One of them could be, like, of course, the boat and the whole sinking thing isn't so much that they're in the middle of the ocean sinking into the Atlantic, or I suppose Colin is in the middle of the Atlantic sinking and dying. It's more that he is also suffering from depression, and it's gotten to the point where it's way past whatever anybody could help you with. Or at least that's what it seems to Colin's friends. And I think it's like the whole conversation that he was having with his friend, the one that supposedly went on the boat with him, was sort of like the final conversation that they had before he had to leave too, because he just couldn't keep going with it anymore. I mean, it might also be like, yeah, it's true that they were on the boat and I don't know, they went into the Bermuda Triangle or something, I don't know. But I kind of feel like it's more symbolism than anything else. Whether or not they went through with committing suicide or just falling deeper into the depths of depression, I don't know. But perhaps they did commit the deed. And like, yeah, like the boat is the lifeline that is all that's left, and like the navigation system being sort of like being used for him to go on autopilot, so to speak. But now it's missing, so now he has to do something. So he's like, oh, okay, then I'll just use a compass to do it myself. But the compass is gone, so the will to continue going is gone now. And the friend, in being able to be like on the outside, so to speak, to say like, it's not that these things disappeared from your life or whatever, your support system didn't disappear from your life. It's that you threw it all away. You were throwing everything overboard. You were throwing your friends away. You were throwing the people that were trying to help you away. And again, maybe he was depressed. Maybe he was sort of looking for pity, and it just sort of spiraled into a bad situation. And, you know, what happens here. So yeah, that's kind of what I was getting from the story. I hesitate to say that, oh, he just slipped through the boat. It could also be that his reflection was not exactly like his reflection, but sort of like who he was. Like the friend Kurt was telling him, like, you used to be like a really nice person, then I used to look up to you. And that might be why Kurt was the final person to stay until they just couldn't do it any longer. That when he lost his reflection, he kind of lost that spark. And then eventually he lost his shadow. Which, I don't know. I don't know really what it would be. But yeah, like at the end, when he was like, okay, fine, we'll just pick a direction and go, which is something that usually you would do when you're in a bad situation. Sometimes you have to pick yourself up and just pick a direction and go. Just go. Don't sit there, like he was saying. I don't want to keep sitting here and just waiting to die, so to speak. But by then it was already too late, because you had already sort of thrown everything out away, your navigation, so to speak. I mean, I hesitate to say that sometimes it is too late, because it's never too late to, you know, to pick another course of action that isn't, you know, taking yourself out. You do need to seek help and hopefully have the strength of will to, you know, do what that help is trying to help you with, you know, like seek the help and then take to heart what the help is going to tell you and stuff like that, you know? You can't just seek help, but then get mad when you're given the help, or reject the help because no, that's, you know, I can't do that or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of what I got from the story. So what are your thoughts? You know, what did you interpret the story as? Is it just some two people that were in the middle of the Atlantic which just disappeared. Actually, it does kind of remind me of one of my favorite movies. It's called is it Don't Blink? Yeah, it's Don't Blink. Brian Austin Green is in it, I think. These a whole bunch of other actors that I know are in it, and this girl from Warehouse 13 was in it. I really liked the movie, and I know my family didn't like it, and my friends didn't like it, or some were confused about it because it's a movie where these people go into a mountain. They're gonna have like a little vacation there. It's like in the middle of winter. It's all nice and whatever, but when they arrive, there's nobody there, and it's awfully quiet. And then one by one, they start disappearing. And they start disappearing once somebody takes their eyes off of them. And it starts getting like really isolating. They notice that there really wasn't any bugs or any birds or anything. And it's like a really interesting movie, but like it's completely different from what this was. But it did remind me about that. But yeah, like if you want to go watch it. Don't Blink. It's probably on Tubi if you have access to Tubi. Anyways, but yeah, so again, what are your thoughts on this visual novel? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Everyone is Asleep, you can do so by going down to the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page, as well as a page for all the other Maywolf submissions. There are some really good ones, and I think that they're still adding some, even though the cutoff was a while ago. So it might not be that they're submitting late, but that they're barely being like added to the list of the Maywolf 2026. I'm really hoping that this was one of the Maywolf stories, because I'm having a hard time remembering if it was on the page. I think it was. But yeah, like if you would also want to play any of the other visual novels or read some poems that the developer made, I will also be linking their itch.io page too. So yeah. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member, which gives you earlier access to these videos as they're being scheduled. So this is being recorded on the 9th, and it should come out by the 10th because it is shorter. It's like barely an hour. So yeah. Also, I have one more Maywolf visual novel that I will be reading. So yeah, and then after that, I'll be going over to the normally scheduled visual novels, and there's two really big ones. One is Void Dreaming, and then the other one is the Murdoch final update for the Smoke Room. So yeah. Anyway, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, I have a Ko-fi and a throne before I forget. So yeah.